Hello everyone, welcome all of you to Edge Automation. So this is part number 4 in Java operators, and in this part we will see about bitwise operators and logical operators. So we will see what is the basic difference between these two. Okay, so these are looks very similar. Okay, bitwise and bitwise OR, and in logical operators we have logical and logical OR. Okay, so they are very much similar, but functionality wise a little bit difference is there. Okay, so at the end we will get the same result, but how they are working internally, that is very important for your conceptual point of view or for your interview point of view. Okay, so this is very important. Please watch up to the end because I am going to show you with the help of some practical example. Okay, so first we will see about bitwise operators. So all these operators, bitwise or logical or any other, we will apply between two condition. So we will have some condition one, then we will apply some operator. So it can be bitwise and bitwise or it can be logical and logical or, and then we will have a second condition. So depending upon the result of condition one and condition two, we will get the overall result of that expression. Okay, so I hope you know, if in case of and, okay, in case of and, so first condition, let's see, first condition is true and second condition is also true. So what we result we will get? We will get the true, right? Then let's see, first condition is false, okay, and second condition is true. Then we will get false. Then first condition is true and second condition is false. Okay, so these are some combinations. So we will get false. And if both are false, then obviously we will get the false. Okay, so this is for and condition. And for or what will be the condition? So for same conditions, only result will be different. So if both are true, okay, then we will get the true. If one of them is true, then we will get the true. So for this also we will get true. If first condition is true and second is false, still we will get the true, as it is a or. And if both are false, then obviously we will get the false. Okay, so this is the basic idea about the and or, you need to remember. But when we are applying for bitwise and bitwise or, okay, so depending upon true or false for this condition 1 and condition 2, it is going to check the final result. Okay, so let's see what is the difference between these two. So for bitwise and, this checks for both the condition before giving true or false. Okay, so it is going to check both the conditions every time. If condition 1 is true or false, okay, it doesn't matter if it is true or false, it will going to check the condition 2 every time. Okay, same for the bitwise or, it is going to check the both the condition. But basic difference between this logical and bitwise is, it is in case of logical and, this will check the first condition if it is true or false. So this will check second condition only if the first condition result is true. Okay, so if this condition 1 result is true, so in case of logical and, then only it is going to check this second condition. Okay, but if first condition is false, okay, if we get the first condition as false, it will not going to check the second condition, it will give you the direct result as false. Okay, so this is about logical and for logical or, this checks, this will first check if first condition is true or false. Okay, and then this will check the second condition only if first condition result is false. Okay, so if first condition is false, then only in case of logical or, it is going to check the second condition. But in case of bitwise and bitwise or, it is every time going to check the second condition, okay, irrespective of the first condition result. Okay, so let's see about this idea with the help of some practical example, and then that will help you to understand this concept. And remember this example for the interviews also, you can explain this concept or this difference with that, with the help of that example. Okay, so let's see. So I have declared, I have initialized three variables here: integer a equal to 1, integer b equal to 2, and integer c equal to 3. Okay, so one by one we will see. So first I will going to check the first condition. Let's say a is Then I will apply the operator. So first we will see the bitwise and we will see. Then I have second condition as b greater than c. Okay, so first it is a bitwise AND. Okay, so every time it is going to check the both the condition. So what is the first condition result? A is greater than b. So A is 1, B is 2. So A is not greater than B. So here we will get the false. Then we will have AND here, and for second condition B is greater than C. No. So here also we will get the false. So final result will be false. Okay, very simple. So let's convert it into the logical AND. Okay, so final result is going to same no matter which operator you have used. Okay, but how they are internally working, that is important. Okay, so in this case A is greater than, so first we will get the false. So I have just told you that if first condition is false, it will not going to check the second condition, right, in case of logical AND. But if first condition is true, then it is going to check the second condition. Okay, so let me prove this with the help of some other example. So what we will do, we will take the same example. Let's say A is greater than B. This we will get a false. We will apply the logical AND here, and second expression I'm going to write like this: A plus equal to 5. So I hope you have watched my previous session videos on the operators, so you know what is the meaning of this A plus equal to 5. Okay, and I'm going to compare it with the C. Okay, now so this is a logical AND. So first condition result is false, so it will not going to check the second condition. So let me convert and solve the second condition first. So A plus 5, A plus equal to 5 means A equal to A plus 5, right? So what we will get, A equal to A plus 5. A is 1 and plus 5 means 6. Okay, so A will become 6. So 6 is greater than 3, right? It is true, but we are looking at the logical AND, so it is not going to check the second condition. So if we try to print the value of A, it should remain 1, right, in case of logical AND. So if I try to print the value of A here, so we should get 1. Okay, so you can see that we get the value of A as 1, as in case of logical AND it did not check the second condition because the first condition result is false. But we have just seen that if first condition result is true, then it is going to check the second condition. So let us prove that if first condition result is true. So let me write like this. So A is less than B. So this condition result will be true, right? So here we will get the true at the first condition. So in case of logical AND, it is going to check the second condition now. It will going to check if second condition is false. If it is false, then we will get the final result as a false. Okay, so that's why it is going to check the second condition. So this time we should get A equal to 6. So if we try to print the value of A, we should get the 6. Okay, so this is how you can prove it, that in case of logical AND, it is going to check the second condition if first condition result is true. If first condition result is false, then it will not going to check the second condition. Okay, and if we convert this into the bitwise AND, every time it is going to check the second condition. So if you run this, so A equal to 6 for first condition is true. If first condition is false, still it is going to check the second condition. So for both the time we will get the A equal to 6. Okay, so I hope this is clear. You can practice on your own with the help of this example, and then you will understand this concept properly. Okay, so this is about the logical AND and bitwise AND. So for the same expression, let's take the bitwise OR now. So first let me comment this. So A is greater than B, then I will apply a bitwise OR, and same expression I'm going to use. Okay, so in case of bitwise, it is going to check the second condition every time. So let us try to print the value of a. Okay, so a becomes 6 because it has checked this second condition, and result, this a is greater than b. Okay, a is not greater than b, so here we get the false, and second condition is 6 greater than 6 is true. Okay, so in case of OR, we know false and true, then what we will get at the end? We will get the true. Then if I convert this into, let's say, logical OR, so we have just seen that in case of logical OR, this will check the second condition only if first condition result is false. Okay, so currently we have got the first condition result as a false, and then it is going to check the second condition. So if we run this, we should get a equal to 6. Okay, let me comment this. Okay, so a equal to 6. But if first condition result is true, what will happen? Now in case of logical OR, if first condition result is true, so for second time we are getting first condition is true, okay, and second condition is also true. Okay, so final result is going to true, but we need to decide if it is going to check this second condition or not, right? So in case of logical OR, it is not going to check the second condition, so a should remain as 1. So let's run. Okay, so this is how you can prove it, that in case of logical OR, it is not going to check the second condition if first condition result is true. Okay, and if I apply a bitwise OR here, so we know every time it is going to check the second condition, so a will become 6. So if someone asks you this question, what is the difference between logical OR, logical AND, and bitwise OR and bitwise AND, then you need to explain these points. Okay, you need to explain these points, and you need to explain with the example also. Okay, you can explain this example also, or take any other example and try to prove that if second condition is going to check or not in case of logical OR, logical AND, and bitwise AND and bitwise OR, it is going to check the second condition every time. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. Still, if you don't understand anything from this concept, part number 4, then you can add in the comment section, or you can send me an email on ageautomation09@gmail.com. So thank you guys for your time for watching the video. I will see you in the next video soon. Thank you.